It's nice, Hakadosh Baruch Hu, my inspirations. That will be here that if you makabel Torah, leisana leitnaishana. That means that any person that connects to Torah has the koyach to split the sea. Find the story. The Gemara says the story in Chulin, beginning of Chulin. The Gemara says the story Pinchas ben Yair that the sea split for him. But the same story is recorded also in the Yerushalmi, in Ginnai. And the Yerushalmi has a different version of the story, which is very negay. The story is that Pinchas Yair was walking, and the water started rising, and then he told the sea to split, and the sea split for him. So his Talmidim asked him, could also happen for us? Could you do for us? Students asked, could you do for us? So he said that if you're muftach, if it's guaranteed that you never put down another yid, then the sea will split for you. Which means that if you are meroim, if you lift people up, if your job in this world is to lift people up, or if your job, not even a job, if you lift people up, you'll experience Yamsuf. It's a very simple technique.
So simple.
Very simple. All you have to do is lift people up. It's very easy to lift people up. You just say good morning to that person with a smile. Everyone just needs a little love.
A lot of love.
At least a little.
A little can do a lot.
A little can do a lot. If you can lift people, we're going to be able to split the sea for us. You understand? Everyone wants miracles and Segulah. Someone called me a week ago. He had a big drama in his life. No, but it's a real story. Something happened, and he says, "Are there any Segulah? He needs a Segulah." So mine said, "He needs a Segulah." I told him the Segulah is you should be a good husband and a good father. And have patience with your children, and you're gonna see bigness. That's it. You don't have to go wake up in the middle of the night and say Tikkun Chatzos, Tikkun Leah, and Tikkun Rachel. No. You know the Baal Shem used to give commands, right? What are you writing this command? You know the Baal Shem used to write this command?
His name.
That's it. Don't your soul. Know his name. You know what it means? You know what it means? The highest school in the world is just to do the right thing. Not to dance on your head and upside down and say Tilm 30 times.
The big school of Panos is
Yeah. The biggest school for Shalom Bayis is to be nice.
yeah.
The biggest school to have good kids is to be a good father, a good mother. That's the school. This is Torah Chassidus. This is Torah Baal Shem. This is the highest. This is the highest. The Pashtus is the highest. So you want to see split for you? You want to have Kriyas Yamsuf? Lift up people, you know. I had a Zayda. He was a big mashpia in Russia. He always came late. In the morning, Bach have to sit and learn 7:30. They start. He was supposed to give the shir. He never shut up on time. That was his nature. He didn't live in the world of time. He didn't all the time. So one time, he was a young man. He was in his 30s. So the head of the school said, "Avram, you can't. It's not going to work. The Bachim, you have to come." Yo, tomorrow. The next day, same thing. He comes when he comes. He lived with no lachatz. It's not, you come when you come. So the menal comes up to him, how do you that? He said, yeah, Taka. Today I was already ready, I was this. But then, I was coming, then I heard in the house, there was a few little kids and they were crying. I said, yes, what? So I walked over to these kids and I said, what's happening? Why are you crying? He says, because we're very hungry. And usually the mother makes porridge, oats, oats, whatever it's called, porridge, cereal. But this morning there's no wood in the house, there's no fire, so we're starving. So I went to the forest, I chopped wood, I brought it to the house, and I put on the cereal, and I fed these children. And now it says, my mom was mamash tzaddik. And he finishes with, was aitas meine Kinder? What do you care if it's my children? When you do it for someone else's children, this guy is such a kind guy, he gave out many hours to this other person. Well, it's true. How many hours do you give to your children? How many hours do you give to the people that are most important? That's Teres Hashem. Teres Hashem is the pshittas. The simple things are the highest things. You're looking for scholars, and you're looking for matayno, and you're looking for higher things of kesed. The highest thing in the world is to be right over here. And we're able to lift people. It's like to lift people. What does it mean to lift? You're gonna walk around people lifting people? No. It means lift your children, lift your wife and your spouse and your husband, and lift everyone that you come and cut your hand. Everyone walks into your house, feels a little lifted, a little hecher, make them feel a little better. Then you have the biggest school. The sea was split for you. You have Kriyas Yamsuf. I'll stay on myself because it's fort. I'm Lava Malka. It's not the Shabbos, and I love Davkas, Yerushalmi. And there was a Yid, some people don't know this name, but there's a Yid in Brazil that are called Safras. Safra family, one of the wealthiest Jewish families in the world. One of the wealthiest families in the world, B'chal. And they were very close to my wife's grandfather, Yerushalmi Weinberg. I told him this morning. Kid said Yerushalmi Weinberg gets a call in the middle of the night. It's 2:00 in the morning. And this guy, Edmund Safra, the Safra, calls him up and tells him that my wife went into labor. She's in the hospital. And there's complications. And the doctor says you have to abort the child, or else she's going to die. It's a very situation. But I don't know what to do. So could you go ask the Rebbe, Rebbe, for a bracha? It's 2:00 in the morning, which I do. Say it's Safra. So, but the Rebbe, you can't do that. Safra Shmafra, it's not going to work. He says, anything to do? He said, please try to get a bracha. So he runs to the Rebbe's 770, the next manager. And the Rebbe was still in his room. But comes to the Gaboim. He tells him he has a letter. He wants it's mamash sachanos v'vash. He has to ask right away. He has to ask the Rebbe what to do. So he tells the Gabbai tells the Yerushalmi Weinberg he's not in the Rebbe's room ready for a few hours. So maybe the Rebbe will lie down. Sleeping, don't lie down. So I'm not knocking on the door. So he says, if you want, knock on the door. If you can do it. The door's open, you want to knock. He's knocking on the door. He felt bad. He said, I want to knock if he's lying down. I don't want to wake him up. But what should I do? So he came with an eitzah. He said, what I'm going to do is I write a note. That's Apple. I'm going to put it under the door. But when I'm putting it on the door, I make a little noise. So it'll like scrub against the floor. So if the Rebbe's awake, he'll see the zettel. If not, zettel will lie on the floor. He writes the zettel. This is the issue. And he bends down. He puts the zettel on the thing. And as he's pushing it and making a little noise, someone picks it up from the other side. So now the door opens up. I've asked him what happened. He reads the zettel and it says, Amaisa, tell the woman, tell him not to do anything. The baby will be in the shalom. Everything will be okay. Just don't do anything. Don't board the child. Everything will be shalom. So the next morning, he's thinking to himself. He writes the psura, tells the Rebbe this would happen, but he says, and also P.S. I want to ask Mechila, because if I knew the Rebbe was awake, I could just knock on the door. I didn't have to make you bend down. So I'm asking Mechila that I made you bend down to pick up this zettel. So he gets back a note. Rebbe used to write the notes on the zettel. So the Rebbe wrote on the note like this. Can you vasatoy, whatever on the psura. And Masha Bikesh Mechila Harei Kol Inyone Ufzohem. Harei Kol Inyone Ufzohem means my whole thing in my life is to pick up befrat from things that people don't see. Like the verworfene Sachen. So you ask him, Mechila, you should know this is what I do. This is what I want to do. You ask Mechila the things I don't want to do. And that's when this will come. When Harei Kol Inyone Ufzohem, when you think about your life and you say, what's my inyan? What do I want to do in this world? I want to lift people up. What is lifting people up? Saying a good word, or giving a little encouragement, and saying things are going to work out. This is giving them whatever. Kriyas Yamsuf. You become people from you, become the biggest tzaddikim. So we should try to live like this. And then he won Segulah and Mufsim and Segulah and all of the Sachen gewartet. This is the biggest Segulah. The biggest Segulah in the world. Smile to your children, lift them up. Most artists are not helping someone else's children, but your own children. And you're patient with them, and you're looking for them, and you're helping them out, you're lifting them up. Maybe you should do the biggest mafsim, the biggest miracles. Kasher Kikiriyas Yamsuf. L'chaim.